to you, we want you to let us know. One of my most recent Facebook posts was about something that can provide value to you. There's a grant that we just recently became aware of that we want you to know about, and check it out soon because the deadline is next Wednesday the 1st.
Cool. Thanks, Alan. And Marianne, you can go next.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marianne Upson. I'm a life coach, and I empower women to live their best life. And I do this through CPT. So I'm just happy to be here.
Perfect.
And what is CPT?
It's a cognitive therapy. Behavior therapy.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Rick?
Happy to be here.
Yeah, glad to be here. Rick Leander with LFB Holdings. We are a behavioral consultancy and insights firm. We do a lot of work with both established and startups in the local community on behavioral economics and behavioral design. And we also do a lot of strategy work and help companies stress test their strategies.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Jacqueline?
Hello, my name is Jacqueline Johnson, and I'm sorry I don't have the video, but I was just going to listen in, trying to work as I learned today. But I am an insurance broker, so I handle life insurance, retirement planning, legacy planning, all those good things. So looking out for the long term.
Awesome. And I think we just have Tony and then Sheridan before we get started.
I'm Tony Barnes. I help out with Hustle Winston-Salem. I also have a business strategy business called Building the Boss, helping entrepreneurs with strategy in their business. And then I have 2020 Productions, which is a visual production company, and I'm trying to figure out what direction we're going to go in with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, and then Sheridan.
Hi, I'm Sheridan. I'm an entrepreneur. I have an accessories business. I hate this part, like describing business. I really do. I say a different sentence every time, but that is my business. I create accessories and interchangeable feel-good fashion items.
Thank you. Thank you. So we'll just jump right into it. We'll try to get done before time today, guys. In my mind, it's my Friday, even though I have a full day tomorrow. It's still Friday to me every time Marketing Outside the Box is done. And Sheridan actually does have a conflict right at 1:30. So we want to make sure that we respect that and get done with that. But just a few highlights before we jump into the actual audit today, and I hand it over to Tony. I just want to remind everyone, this is the last week of this series, but that you want to continue to take what you've learned during this series and apply it to your business, even if we didn't audit your business specifically. You want to take some of those questions that you saw us ask to other businesses. I want to remind you back to the first week where we went through why you would want to do a marketing audit. I think I gave you about a list of 8 reasons. If you need that again, just send us a direct message on Facebook, or you can email us at hustlewsinfo@gmail.com, and we're happy to send that list to you. And then the second week, we went through content marketing specifically, and we kind of kind of rushed through that, and it's a whole lot in an article that I did share with the group at that time that tells you specifically about content auditing. Content auditing probably takes the most time of all the different forms of marketing audits. So it's not something that we ever tell you to do when you don't have the time. It's something that you want to make sure you have the time to commit when you're doing a content audit. And then last week we talked specifically about visual content audit. And we went through just a little information about that. So if you need that as a review, just once again, reach out to us and we'll get that to you. So just kind of wanted to refresh your mind on those things that we've covered over the last 3 weeks. And today, before we get into the audit, what I'm going to touch on just a little bit is when you should do an audit. So I'm pulling up my notes here, but when you should do an audit. And so the reality is there's really not a rule. There's not a rule to say that you should do an audit every month or every quarter or every year. So that's not what I'm going to leave you here with. I will say that when it comes to audits, you just want to think of it from this standpoint. You want to be proactive and you don't want to wait for a crisis management situation. So you don't want to do an audit when your company or your business seems to have marketing issues. And we can see a lot of that happening right now. For example, in the midst of all the social unrest, a lot of companies are more in crisis management mode as opposed to having the opportunity to be proactive probably before now. So you would kind of want to think about that as an example. But personally, Magali, I would say you want to do it at least once a year. Just like you go through your content and create what your plan is for the year and you're creating your strategies, at least once a year, you want to at least glance at it and say, oh, this is okay. I don't need to do a deep dive, or, oh, it's time for us to make some changes. So that's what I want to leave you with as far as when to do an audit. There's something else I wanted to share. Oh, I just wanted to, I read something very, very funny as it relates to marketing audits, and I wrote it down here so that I can share with you. And someone said that a marketing audit, they're the dental checks of the business world, the dental checkups. And I can't think of a better analogy when I think about marketing audits. Like with a dentist, you know you have to go. Whether you want to go or not, you know you have to go. You know you want them to get your teeth cleaned. You know you want to present yourself with the best smile that you can possibly have. And that's the same thing with your marketing audit. You have to do it if you want to present yourself the best way you want to present yourself to the community. So keep that in mind, that your marketing audits are your dental checkups for your business. And if you keep that in the back of your mind, it'll remind you how often. And I think at minimum, the dentists tell us we have to come twice a year.
Twice a year.
So at minimum. So keep that in mind as we're doing marketing audits. Just a few things that I want to share. I kind of jumped in today without giving the intro of Hustle. And I don't even think I introduced myself, so I apologize for that. But want to share a few things about Hustle before I hand it over to Tony for us to do the audit of Sheridan's company today. I shared last week that we partnered with a few leaders in our community to provide a few giveaways. And I want to just share those again today for those that may have missed it. We receive a mass donation from Hanes Brands. So if you are in the need for masks, please visit our website, hustlews.org, and just complete the simple form letting us know that you need a mask, and we'll make sure that we get that to you. I'm not sure if you all heard our earlier discussion before we started today, but starting on Friday, at least here in Winston-Salem, it will be required for you to wear a mask in public spaces. So you want to make sure that you have access to a mask. And the small part that we can do in making sure that the community get access to a mask, we want to make sure that we do that. So please feel free to complete that form so we can get a mask to you. The other thing is we received a donation of a few tablets that we are giving away to the community. We're paying attention more to marginalized communities. So if you know anyone that is in need of a tablet, please have them complete that form as well. Of all of our giveaways right now, that one has the most applications already. So due to the high demand of that, we are using some of the funds donated to us from the Winston-Salem Foundation to acquire a few more tablets. So we could try to give more probably won't get to everyone that applied, but we will try to give more than we initially thought we would be giving. I mean, it's a good problem to have. So, and then also we have, we received donations from Innovation Quarter, and then Told by Shift, the Shift Creative Agency also, once they saw that wanted to support, they both provided us with some donations, and we've decided that we are going to give those specifically to solopreneurs in our community. And we chose solopreneurs because we know that a lot of the grants and donations right now that are going out, they are going to small businesses and also entrepreneurs with more fleshed out businesses. But we know that solopreneurs are also a core part of our entrepreneurial community, and that sometimes they're left out of the giving conversation. So we wanted to make sure that we focused in on that particular group. And the donations were provided to us in the heart and the midst of everything that's going on from a social unrest. So we are specifically giving those donations to Black entrepreneurs, Black solopreneurs. So if you know any Black solopreneur that is in need, please have them apply. I did receive a question yesterday from someone in the Hispanic community wanting to know if they can apply for that. And what I encourage them to do is go ahead and submit the application. I think, when we think about hustle, when we think about our community, when we think about progression, we always have to think about the Black and Brown communities. So I told them to go ahead and apply. Once again, preference is given to Black solopreneurs, but, not making any promises, but definitely trying to see what we can do to try to do that. Or you never know, maybe we'll get more donations and we can open up a second donation opportunity for Black and Brown communities total. So keep that in mind. And then lastly, what I wanted to share, starting in July, starting next week, this time next week, we will have our community Zoom live for you, for everyone in our entrepreneurial community. And basically it will be the more advanced Zoom option where you will have an automated way to schedule Zoom meetings for whatever your business needs are. So if you need to have a business meeting with your team, if you need to have a one-on-one or with a consultant, if you need to host maybe a mini conference, mini conference or webinar, you'll have those options through Hustle at no cost to you. So we're really excited about providing that opportunity. So just pay attention to our emails and we'll make sure that we get that to you. I will repeat this again at the end of this meeting, but we will not have marketing outside the box next week as it leads into the 4th of July. And we know that is a national holiday for some. So we won't have marketing outside the box next week, but we will resume with our regular marketing outside the box the week following with an exciting topic. So look out for that as well. And I think I said everything. If I did not, Alan and Tony, please let me know if I missed anything.
You got it.
Okay. Oh, I know what
the one thing that I'll add is if anyone does not already receive the newsletter from Hustle, then they ought to sign up for it. I believe they can go to hustlews.org to the website for Hustle and sign up for the newsletter there. It's always full of great information.
Thank you, Alan. That's correct. You can visit our website and on the menu options, you'll see a subscribe page and you just want to click on that to sign up for our newsletter. But I do know what I forgot, and it's probably because we haven't announced this yet, but our Marketing Outside the Box audience is always the first to find out everything because we love you. So something else that we will also roll out that you'll start to see in July, and it'll only be 3 entrepreneurs selected. We are going to work with a local web designer in our community who has offered to provide a discount of some sort for to build websites for 3 entrepreneurs that we select. And the way the discount will work, the website builder has brought the cost down to $450 for the website that they built for you. So, and they are discounting out of the $450, $150 of that. Hustle will handle the down payment of another $150 maximum. And then of the 3 people selected, they will be responsible for the final $150 at the end of the website building process. In the case that someone doesn't need an entire website rebuilt or something like that, and it's just a few things that they need done. That number is negotiable, where you may not even have to pay anything. It could be that after we pay the down payment, whatever service is done for you, that's it. But it will be a max of 150 from each party involved for you to get either a new website or an updated website. So just look out for that in July as well. We haven't announced that publicly. I guess now we did, but we will only start off with choosing 3 entrepreneurs. So that's where we are. Any comments, questions, or concerns? All right, Tony, I'm going to go ahead and hand it to you. I think Alan is watching our Facebook page for us. If any questions or comments come that way, he'll let us know, and I will keep an eye on the chat for comments. And Tony, will you be able to share your screen, or is that something I need to do?
I can share mine.
Okay.
Just to clarify, I have a website and an Instagram. Is that correct?
You're asking me or Sheridan?
Either one. Sheridan. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Well, there's an Instagram. I found the Instagram and the Facebook.
Well, I have a Facebook too, but my Instagram is more active. It kind of just posts on Facebook what I post on Instagram.
Yeah, but we still need to go through that one, Tony.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I think you should share a screen because I couldn't find the Facebook at all.
Okay, I will share my screen. Which one would you like first to start with?
We can start with Facebook. We'll go Facebook, Instagram, website.
Oh God, worse the better. Okay.
Well,
Learning. Well,
Tony, you're breaking up a little bit. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect.
No. Wait. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So just a little spiel. We're helping out a fellow entrepreneur. I would love for you guys to look at this as a consumer. And if anybody feels uncomfortable telling their honest opinion about any questions, please message me or Magali privately. If you are on Facebook, please reach out to Alan or direct message Hustle. But we are asking y'all to give your honest opinions so that we can help our fellow entrepreneur. Okay?
And another thing, just while I have a second here, Sheridan, Hustle, myself or Tony or Alan, we're not taking notes for you. So we will read every comment that comes through the chat or through Facebook, but it's your responsibility to take note of what you want to take note of.
Okay.
All right. And Tony will just give you a brief review of how this is going to work.
Question, would I be able to look at the live again?
Yes, it will stay on our page. Yeah.
So as we begin to scroll, I just want our audience, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want our audience to put out some words or phrases that are coming to mind as we scroll through.
And if I'm going too slow, someone just unmute yourself and say, speed up, girl. And what was the question, Tony, that we're answering? I'm sorry.
Just words or phrases that are coming to mind.
Okay.
As we read the captions, as we look at the photos.
And actually, Tony, I'll leave it to you to read the chat. I actually can't see the chat while I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, it's interesting looking at my Facebook myself. I don't really do that often, my Facebook.
Wait, go back up, Max.
Am I stopping right here?
Yes, just to give people a chance to read the copy.
Oh, okay.
Or how about this? Let me open it up to, besides words and phrases, is there any critiques that we have? Something you would like to see
I
on
feel
this
like
Facebook?
some of the pictures are hard to see. Like, I feel like we're looking at the blue flowers, but we're not seeing the whole thing. So, and I don't know if the pictures were meant to be that way or if they just uploaded that way.
Is this a shared account with Instagram? Was this like an Instagram collage? I can kind of see that being the reason for the picture.
Mhm. It's like a see on Instagram. I'm ready for y'all to see the Instagram.
Well, we'll get to the Instagram, Sheridan. You don't necessarily have to respond to every question right now.
Okay.
It's just more taking note of how they see your Facebook page.
Gotcha. All right, I'm sure.
Okay. And can we point out for this Facebook page, any strengths that we see or weaknesses that we see? And another way I can phrase that is if we were to give her a grade for the way she uses her Facebook page, what would
some
it
of the
be?
I've received some feedback on Facebook Live, and one was a happy face. Another one was hashtag stay safe.
Oh, I'm seeing more product now, and that's what we're here to see, right? The product.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Okay.
Say it again, Jacqueline.
Oh, I was just saying, I'm logged on my phone because on the screen it was kind of blurry. So I went and connected with her Facebook page on my phone, and I like, seeing the products. I like the content, but also on some of the pictures on the products. I don't know if it's because I'm on my phone, but you can't see the products, like the full, content. It's like it's cut off. So I don't know if that's, like I say, because I'm on my phone or what.
Great, thank you.
One of the critiques I have is, as I look through her Facebook page, is it feels more like a blog than a business page to me. A lot of the comments, and this isn't a bad or a good critique, it's just what I noticed. A lot of the posts are about her, like, this is how I feel today, as opposed to saying today we meaning the company. So that's just something that I noticed, that it feels like I'm reading a blog page, not a business page.
And one of the things to be mindful of, I'm not saying you can or cannot do this, but be mindful of when people are looking at a business page, they don't necessarily want it to be a mixture of business and personal stuff. So for example, if there's a Shairpins page that's connected in Facebook, that's connected to Shairpins page in Instagram, then what I would expect to see is just Shairpins stuff. If a Shairpins Facebook page is connected to Sheridan Watkins in Instagram, then I might see some non-business stuff. Just something to be mindful of. I haven't necessarily seen that. I'm just saying, watch out.
Yeah. I'm loving, like someone already shared, that we're starting to see more of the product on people. I'm loving that.
Cute product, by the way.
Yeah, I'll stop whenever you tell me. I'll go backwards or switch to a different platform. I'm going with your guidance.
And I've got some more feedback before you leave Facebook.
Okay.
One person said it doesn't look inviting.
Great. Great feedback. We can switch to Instagram.
Okay. Just 1 second here. Are y'all seeing my screen as I switch?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this
And
is, go
oh, go
ahead.
ahead.
You
So
just
this
tell me
is-
when to start scrolling.
Okay, this is her Instagram, or the company's Instagram. As we're scrolling, I would love to hear the audience. Who do you think her competition is, based off what you see, off what is being displayed? Or to expand the question, competition, or who she could collaborate with.
I've got some feedback, and this, before we get into Instagram, this comment is really about Facebook. It was just a little bit later. It's a little bit longer, so let me read it. I would second that. It's talking about not looking inviting. I joined in after the live had started. Wait, I don't need to read all that. All right, here we go. I would say add more pics of your product specifically, a little less wordy, because people don't take the time to read. They want to focus on the pictures. So I would take a day to flood my page with products and pictures. I guess that would be true for Instagram as well. And it looks like on Instagram, you've got plenty of pictures.
I like how the Instagram is set up. It definitely comes across better on Instagram with the multi pictures. I see the vision what you're doing with the several pictures to make one picture on Instagram versus Facebook. So I would just be mindful of that transition. Maybe keeping that off Facebook so it can kind of have that same aesthetic on Facebook on that platform.
And some more feedback is that the IG looks great.
Okay.
So for me, I don't know that looking at the Instagram page helps me figure out her competition, Tony. But I will say that I think that the Instagram page does a phenomenal job of making sure you know her brand and seeing her product. To someone's point earlier, I think what I'm still missing both from Facebook and Instagram, so from her social media platforms, what I'm missing is a picture itself. So like if you look at this one right here, like just the picture, if I only saw that, it doesn't help me understand the brand. So someone said something about having more pictures, and I'm thinking maybe adding a word or two on the pictures, on some of the pictures, to help us understand the brand itself. Because I couldn't tell you who her competition is if I didn't already know what the product was. So does that make sense? Did I just make sense? Okay.
Great feedback.
And
here's
some more feedback, Sheridan. Now I see what the vision is. Looks much better and more exciting.
So what message are you getting from these social platforms about this company? What message do you think they want you to have?
I'm going to go ahead and go and say that I think it gives me a message of flowers are always beautiful. Let's put some in our hair. Let's give some to our daughters. Let's put them on women in general. That's what I'm getting, like a flower a day makes you smile or something like that, keeps you happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say happiness. It's kind of a feel-good page. And the flowers are beautiful, so you can beauty, inner beauty.
Can't hear everything you said.
Jackie, you're breaking up just a little bit.
Okay, so I was saying beauty, it creates that inner beauty and kind of that peacefulness, happy, energy. And I love the colors.
Yes, I like all. Great feedback.
Yeah, I'll give some feedback and say that those colors promote energy. They're lively. They make me feel good.
Yeah.
They're easy. They're pleasing to the eyes. And I would also say that you had a couple pictures with a little cute girl. Do more of that.
I'm gonna kind of
Okay.
go back fast up there until you tell me to stop.
Hold on, I'm skimming my questions. Okay, this one's kind of easy, I think. But what are they selling? What is this company selling?
For me, Tony, I want to reiterate what I said a few minutes ago. I think for me, if I didn't already know what Shairpins was selling, that would be the hard part, figuring it out just from the pictures. Like from the picture itself, I wouldn't know exactly what it is. Like I see
Like
it.
if you're scrolling the feed, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I would think it's a great fun page, and I see the flowers themselves. I see it on different people, but I don't think that I would know what she's selling specifically if I had no idea. I'd just be like, oh, that's cute. I wouldn't realize it. It wouldn't immediately hit me like, oh, this is a page that is selling hair products. And it's maybe because I don't see a price. I don't know what it is that's keeping that away from me, but I'm not getting that this is what's being sold. I'm still getting cute blog, nice blog feeling.
Anybody else? What do you think they're selling?
This is so cute.
I do like that though. And as people answer what they're selling, we can switch to the website.
Okay. Just let me know when to start. I'm strong.
And as we're scrolling website, give personality that you feel or words to describe the brand.
You broke up just a little bit, Tony. Can you repeat the question?
What personality would you assign the company based off the website and the social pages, or give me words to describe their brand? Did y'all hear me?
I think you want words to describe the brand. My first word
or you can assign a personality.
Or personality. My first word is fun.
Mm-hmm.
My next word is eclectic.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm getting flower child vibes, definitely. The site makes me want to learn more of how you got into making Shairpins, how this became a thing for you.
Learn more. I think there are different menu options for me to go to. I'm going to switch over to the shop page or maybe the lookbook.
Which is perfect for the next question of would you purchase from this company? Why or why not?
Yes, because it seems like the brand is, the items are made with love, are very personalized, near and dear. I'm pretty sure maybe takes custom orders also. So it's definitely something that I would be intrigued about.
My answer is yes, because I consider myself an individual. I like to have things that somebody else don't. So I feel like purchasing from this brand there's a slim chance that somebody else is going to have the exact same version of what I have. No, I don't need to go into tutorials. Do I need to go into tutorials, Tony?
You can. I mean,
If you
it's a
want
part of.
video, maybe.
What'd
Because
you say?
my goal with this page, because Shairpins is kind of a different concept with them being interchangeable, I was trying to do my best at helping people understand what Shairpins is.
Okay.
To me, the Instagram page would have did good having that to buy, you know, everything that you had on the to buy page, the purchase page would have been good for the Instagram.
And I would echo what Marian just said as it relates to this tutorials page, maybe not full clips, but something quick video, maybe create a TikTok and post it as an Instagram post or something like that, or just a quick video, a minute or less, or Instagram TV post that shows people on Instagram how to do this. I would also encourage those same videos on the tutorial page being on the Facebook page so that people can, they're still going to watch it on your YouTube. It'll still link to your YouTube, but it provides more of a opportunity for people to see it. What page am I on? I'm on her blog. You Grow Girl blog.
Need to update.
Anybody else want to share if they would purchase from this company and why or why not?
I seem to have lost my commenters on Facebook.
Oh.
So this is just, I think this is just Sheridan's blog on just things that she feels, not necessarily about the product based on this explanation here. It's her alter ego, the writer.
Okay. And the last question before we have Sheridan speak is, how would you describe or promote this company to a friend based on what we've seen?
Originality. If they wanted something original.
Then check out Shairpins. Okay.
Right.
I would describe it as, to a friend, it's the perfect mother-daughter situation. So mothers, grandmothers, aunts, like this is the best thing. This is one of the best things. Best friends, at least female best friends. Get you some Shairpins.
And I've got a response to the question about would you purchase. I would purchase if I had a photo shoot coming up for my little girl, something for a special occasion, just because little girls lose hairpins and bows so much.
That's
As
actually
the parent of two daughters, I know that to be true. And here's some more feedback. I would definitely promote myself, meaning you, Sheridan. Promote yourself with local photographers, specifically the ones that shoot babies and kids. They always have specialty hair bands and such.
That's great feedback.
I would like to see you model more of your stuff on you. You know?
Okay. So since, because we do have a hard finish, if you could, Sheridan, tell us about your company a little bit, and then me and Magali will give our feedback.
Okay, so my brand is Shairpins, and the reason I got it started was really to help women and girls believe in their self-worth. I feel like that is an issue for us, and I know I struggled with it, confidence issues growing up, and just feeling like I was, you know, not enough. And I blame society for kind of getting that into our heads. And so I've always been unique and different. And so I just, through my products, I want to send a message that it's okay to be yourself, and it's better for the world when you are. And that's the message that I'm striving to get across with my products, and as they, wear them and they, feel really good about themselves. Yeah.
Thank you. Max, you want to go first?
Before we go, was there any other feedback from the audience? Generally, it may be a question we didn't ask, but it's a point that you want to make sure Sheridan is aware of at all? And Alan will let me know if there's anybody on Facebook as well.
Yeah, there's nothing else in Facebook, but what I'll share, not that I've seen a conflict, but what I'll share is be careful, and this is true for all businesses, not just you, Sheridan, but be careful when we have a blog that although we're not going to talk about the exact same things as our business, if it's on our business website, then the blog should not contradict what we say. And also, we want to be careful about, and I didn't look at all the topics of your blog, but we want to be careful about people using our words as an excuse to not do business with us. You know what I mean? We want to be careful about alienating them. At the same time, a blog could be used and is used in a lot of business websites because it helps people to better understand who you are and why you do what you do, and how, like you said, help people to understand the purpose of why you develop Shairpins. I say that because I've seen in other businesses, their blog is somewhat controversial and their business is not. You know.
Mhm.
That's
Alan, a thought on that. I think I understand the point and agree with it, but I think there's a difference between being controversial on topics that don't have anything to do with the mission of the business and being controversial about issues that are core to the business.
Mhm.
And I think we all need to be true to our inner voice and not shy away from those, even if it means we run some people off.
True. For example, a lot of what I know about you and what I see in looking at your social media and your website is you want, and you even said, you want women and girls to believe in themselves and know that they're valuable. Those are the type of things that I would expect to read if I went to your blog.
Mhm.
That was a great point from both Alan and Rick. And Rick, that was an excellent point. So some of my feedback for you, Sheridan, and I'll kind of go through each platform in my mind really quickly. I think starting with your Facebook, I think it's one of your greatest assets and it's not being used to the best ability that it can be. A few people already mentioned that it's being shared directly from your Instagram. And I think you said that in the beginning as well. But I want you to keep in mind that you may have different audiences on both platforms. And it's okay to share the same content, but you have to keep in mind how that's translating. So, as you saw with the pictures, how beautiful it looks on Instagram as a collage when you have them as 9 separate posts, but how almost crazy it looks on Facebook because it's not translating the same way. So you kind of want to pick and choose when you allow it to automate and share on Facebook, and maybe just do one post on Facebook. So keep that in mind. That's one thing. The second thing is one of the first things that I immediately noticed on your Facebook is the lack of followers you have. And again, I think it's one of the greatest social platforms you have, because from what I can tell, it seems like young girls are a key part of your target audience. And most mothers are on Facebook, even millennial moms. They're on Facebook looking for what other moms are doing. I think, having your page join mom groups and, girly groups. And, I think you describe girly as part of your brand on your Instagram page, but joining those type of groups on Facebook, you'll probably get more of an audience. So I would advise that you activate your page more And it starts with building up your following. So taking some time to do that, specifically to Facebook. As we move into your Instagram, I mentioned it already, but I think it's important that I say it again. Your Instagram page doesn't tell me that you're selling a product. I think I saw one thing that said the word sale. That would have been my first indication that, oh, this is a page that's selling me something. I don't see anything with where the image itself is saying, you know, $5 flash sale or Shairpins are $10 or whatever the case may be. I think it's a beautiful page, wonderful imagery. The color, like everybody said, the colors are just, the page is very attractive. It's something that I would jump on immediately and be like, ooh, but I wouldn't know that you're selling me anything. Even like I said, I would put on some of the video tutorials so it can catch people's eye. I'm not sure what your budget is like, but it might be worth, you know, maybe once a quarter, once a year, even kind of paying for a paid ad on Instagram to kind of run a tutorial video or sales so people know that this page is selling something. It's just not another Instagram page where people want to post pretty pictures. And then as far as your website goes, I really do like your website as well. I think one of the things that immediately jumped out at me on your website is that the same pictures are being used over and over on just about every page of your website. So maybe talking through considering how you're going to break up those pictures instead of having those same pictures on every page. Also, like I said, I think children, young girls are a huge part of your target market. I think that you do a good job of posting the young girls, but I don't know that they are, and I could be wrong, maybe they are not part of your key target market, but I don't know that I'm seeing a big push to say, my product is made for girls this age to this age. Like, I know that it's made for women, I know it's made for girls, I can see that, but I don't know that there's a big push where anybody that has a girl from this age to this age in their life, whether it's a daughter, a niece, a mentee, a goddaughter, a next door neighbor, whatever the case, for them to know, oh, you know what? Shairpins is made specifically for girls ages 4 to 14 or something. You know what I mean? Not to say that other women can't come to Shairpins, but I can't tell that there's a huge focus on girls from a specific age. And there might not be, but I feel like there is. I think that's my feedback for the 3 platforms that we visited today. We didn't visit your YouTube page, but you heard my feedback about how to best use your YouTube posts onto your Facebook page and into your blogs, your email blogs. We didn't talk about your email blogs today, but I do have some other feedback on that when you and I have some one-on-one time. Tony?
I just made a list. I'm going to run through it real quick because I want you to thrive and succeed. So on your social media, on your website, none of your social media icons were clickable for me when I was on there. And I think that should be changed immediately. I also think, going back to what Magley pointed out about you being on groups that have mom groups on Facebook, mothers and people that are dealing with young children, they are always on Pinterest and YouTube. So I think that you should be on that platform in some way, somehow. I think your tutorials on your website, you should just make that one big old video. Like, don't have your customers struggling through each video, having to click on 5 different videos. Just put all of that into one tutorial video. Me personally, now this is me being a photographer. I also biased because I read your email before going to your platforms, but I'm not seeing your mission through your visuals. I think you have great pictures. The colors are great, but I'm not seeing the encouragement, the self-worth. I'm not seeing those messages coming across in the pictures and in the videos that you have. Also with the videos, I think you should have more video. Sometimes, just be clear about what you stand about. Just with your products on, with like what you have on right now, and just say this, Shairpins is here for this. That could be a good 30-second video. Also, with your pictures, I think, or your Instagram specifically, I think you should have some quotes to your target market. Everybody loves quotes. And the settings have appropriate settings for your product and brand. So it doesn't always have to be people wearing your product, but like where would your product sit when somebody's not wearing it? Like that could be a Instagram post, and you could talk about that, things like that. Also, you said in your email that giveaways and collaborations really works for you. Have been great branding and marketing for you. I mean, we are in a time right now where Black businesses are being highlighted and everything like that. I personally think you should come up with a marketing campaign, pin for purpose or share for social justice, something like that, and create a specific pin for what's going on right now. Because people support you. And then last thing, no, two things, sorry. But on your website, there's no about. I think Paul mentioned it earlier in this Zoom call, but he would love to know more about how you got started and everything like that. You have no about section other than on your blog that has to relate to you and Shairpin. And then the last thing is on your Facebook and your Instagram. It's Shairpins Gardens. I think that correlates with your branding. It kind of missed me, like what's with the gardens part, because it's not on it's nowhere else but in your handles. You know, making sense?
Mm-hmm. I just couldn't get Shairpins.
Got you. Okay. Oh, sorry, and I skipped this tab. Your web tab on the top, you know how you have all these open tabs when you're looking, searching the internet?
Mm-hmm.
Your web tab says the hair politics.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my older business, and when I switch stuff around, I couldn't figure out how to get rid of that.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I think what you're doing is great, and I see the hustle, and I appreciate it, and I love the colors, and I love what you're doing. I would just maybe take a little bit more time or hire a photographer, and I'm available if you need it, to really think through your photos and making sure your mission is getting through.
Excellent. I want to share one more thing that came through the group, and it was from Marianne that said, "I love your business name." So I could echo that. I love actually Shairpin Garden and Shairpin. I love both. So I think it works. We can help talk you. Wait, before I continue, Alan, was there anything from Facebook?
Yeah, let me share this. It's a little long. If you link up with a local girls empowerment group for a meeting or event or anything of that sort, then I would definitely post that on my blog, along with a note about how much that means to you in Shairpin. And yes, all caps, yes, utilize all the Facebook mom groups.
Thank you, Alan. And I want to echo something that person just said on Facebook as well, because I know, Sheridan, you and I talked about this before, but I have stressed, I think a partnership with Lead Girls, which is an organization here in Winston-Salem, would be perfect for you, in figuring out what that looks like. But I think that's a great thing. Tracy just told us that her internet died and everyone is frozen. So hopefully she'll watch this part later, because I'm about to address a question she sent me. I think it was in reference to when we're telling you, Sheridan, about your Instagram page jumping over to your Facebook page. She asked, do we recommend a social media posting service like Hootsuite or a Buffer? I'll give my answer, and then Tony can share any opinions that she have about it. I am personally okay with those social media posting services, but you still have to work those services. It's not you expect those services to do the job for you. You still have to pay attention to the content that you're giving it, and where you're telling it to send the content. It's more a timing thing, why those things are beneficial. Like if you know you want this to post at 8 a.m., but you're not the type to wake up until 9 a.m., then it's extremely beneficial. If you know that you have a day full of meetings and you won't have time to post on your social media, but it's important to you to post to your social media, those platforms and apps are perfect because you set them up to do the work for you. But don't rely on those apps to build your audience or to engage with your audience, because they won't do that. So yeah, that's my feedback on that, Tracy, and anyone else who was wondering about using those apps. Tony, did you have anything to add to that?
I would say I would not suggest it for small businesses, especially if you have a problem with engagement, because Facebook and Instagram, because it's owned by Facebook, they look down on people posting from a third party. And they also, Facebook has a scheduler that you can do if that's what you're interested in. And now it allows for you to also schedule an Instagram post through your Facebook page. So I would suggest that before Hootsuite or Buffer. But once you have like 10,000 followers and half of those 10,000 followers are engaging on your posts and all of that, then yes, use it, because then you're just, having everything in one place. But until you get like heavy engagement, I would say it's not worth, it's just an extra struggle that you're putting in your way.
Yeah. And I know that we are a little over the time, but I want to say one more thing for you, Sheridan. It's been said by Paul and it's been said by Tony, and even Alan said it. I have to stress it again because I forgot to say it in my audit, but it's worth saying again. You have to share your story about your business. People have to know what Shairpin means to you in order for Shairpins to be important to them. We had an audit. Our first audit during this series was with a company called, I can't remember their name right now. Jenny Earl, I'm sorry, thank you. And it was Jenny Earl, and she basically sells bandanas. And her success is tied to her story, not necessarily the bandanas. And you have to kind of follow the same model. We can pull many brands, large brands that follow the same thing. They are the brands that they are because we connect to their story. We connect to why they exist, what they were created for. And, like Tony said, that's nowhere on your website. But either way, people need to, when you tell people who you are and what your company is, tell them your story. Like when you're introducing Shairpins, I'm Sheridan, owner of Shairpins. This is why I started Shairpins. Tell us why you started Shairpins. Is there a story connected to you and your grandmother, a cousin? I don't know, I'm just asking, but think through that. And that needs to be kind of the heartbeat of you and your store in your business, the heartbeat and the bloodline. Any other questions, comments, or concerns specifically for Sheridan or for Tony or myself, or for anything that we shared today about our giveaways?
No, but I wanted to point out, I skipped over Rick's comment. He said he really loves your mission for your company. And I think it is very important in the climate that we live in today. So that your story and then the mission, that is the heartbeat, that should be all in your branding, all in your marketing.
Yeah. So I want to remind everyone about those giveaways. If you have questions, email us or message us. But I want to point out that the Solopreneur mini grant donations, all applications for those are due by 3 p.m. tomorrow. Once we give away all, if there's still money left, we'll reopen the application. If we happen to have enough applicants to give everybody the first time, then there won't be a reopening of that application. So please let people know to go ahead and complete that. It's the easiest application you'll ever find for a grant in your life. I promise you. So go ahead and do it. And we put a short timeline on it because we want that turnaround to be quick. We understand that solopreneurs need money now. So the sooner we can get through the application, the sooner we can get the money in their hands, okay? And that's where we are. Sheridan, please reach out to us so we can talk to you more about you wanting to build your email campaign, because I do have some feedback about that. And we didn't go through any of your emails today during the marketing audit, but those are some things that we have some feedback on for you. So we look forward to that. And we'll be messaging you about the Womenpreneur Workshop within a couple of days.
I'm very excited about that.
And Sheridan, I hope you're really encouraged by what you heard today, because it's beautiful. Please tell your story.
yeah, it was really, really good feedback. It makes a lot of sense because everything that y'all highlighted is what I know I've been struggling with. So it was good to hear a third eye and it kind of made some things a little more full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
You've certainly come a long way since you started the Launch Challenge some time ago.
That's how we met.
Proud of you.
Through the Launch
Yeah.
Challenge. So awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us. Once again, we won't have Marketing Outside the Box next week, but join us the week after that. We will send an email. I'm not sharing the topic because there's 2 topics going through the back. I'll tell you what the 2 are. I just don't know which one it will be next month because I just can't seem to decide. We'll either focus on location-based marketing, so geotagging, geofacing, making sure it's a localized SEO is part of your marketing campaign, or we'll be focusing on niche marketing. And we'll focus on 4 main categories, and that'll be the Black community, the Hispanic Latinx community, the LGBTQIA+ community, and women. And it'll be marketing tactics to make sure you know the do's and the don'ts for those different categories of people when you're doing marketing. So I haven't decided which one we're doing in July. We're doing both of them eventually. I just don't know which one is happening in July. We'll see how I feel by Friday, and then you'll get an email with that announcement.
They both sound
But have a great weekend, and please stay safe. Once again, those masks are mandatory starting on Friday, but don't let having a mask on fool you into thinking that you're any safer when you're outside. Keep social distancing and all of that stuff. Bye, guys.
Thank
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.